In this video, guys, we're going to discuss this. What does the introduction of a national lottery tell us about trading and traders, and why is it such great news for us? Stay tuned. Hey traders, a warm welcome to you. Right, so in 2002, a lottery was introduced in Taiwan. Now in Taiwan, there's a lot of retail traders, a lot of people, a lot of market volume comes from retail traders. But they did a study, it's quite an extensive study. I think it was from Harvard, I might be wrong on that. It was a long paper, it's got a 30-40 page PDF, pretty interesting points in it. But in this study, one of the things that they said is that when the national lottery came out, what they called the lottery then, in 2002, the trading population, if you like, or the number of day traders reduced by 25%. Okay, so what does that mean and why is that such good news for us? Well, what it means, as we can kind of gather, is that people in trading are gambling. There's a quarter of the population of traders, these guys here, who are in it to gamble. They're in it just because they want the quick win, all the thrills of gambling. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with gambling. If you can do it in a controlled environment, then who's to say how you should spend your money? Absolutely fine. But the point is, when the lottery came on, they got their kicks from something else, i.e. the lottery. The thrill of the bigger win of the lottery was more of a pull for them than the thrill of the win in the stock market. So you might be saying, well, right, well that's all well and good. So what is that? Why is it such good news for us? Well, think about it. You know the stats they say, oh, you know, 10% of traders are successful, 1%, whatever the number may be. And actually in this paper, the number was very, very low. But whatever the number may be, let's say 10% of traders are, you know, make some money in their lifetime, let's say, and they're profitable. However you want to frame profitable, that's another video, isn't it? What's profitable? Someone who makes money every day, every month, once a year, in their lifetime, whatever. Anyway, the point is, if you say 10% of traders are successful, however you frame successful, so you go 10%, you go, well, you know what, those odds aren't on my side. But when you think actually a quarter of those 100% are gamblers, they're not interested in making money properly, they're not doing it the right way, they're not educating themselves, they're not doing all the things that we know we should be doing as traders, all of a sudden that makes that pie a much bigger slither, doesn't it? Because if you think, for example, let's do some numbers for example here. Let's say we've got 1,000 people in this pot, and 1,000 people are chugging away, and let's say 10% of those people are successful, profitable, whatever you want to call them. That's great, but actually 25% of them were gamblers anyway, so there's no real intention of being long-term successful, because they're just gambling, just having fun, they're just enjoying themselves, hopefully enjoying themselves and not hammering themselves. All of a sudden we've got 750. So now when you look at it, 100 out of 750, whatever number that is much better than 10%. What is that? It's 13.3%, something like that. All of a sudden the statistics look a little bit better for us, right? All of a sudden, instead of 10% chance of success, there's now 13.3% chance of success. And then you could perhaps take it one step further and go, well, actually, there's probably another 25% of people who aren't that serious anyway. These are like the people who are just gambling and just having a bit of a punt. Now, if you go, well, these people aren't that serious, they kind of have a go, maybe have a few months, then decide it's not for them, which is fine. Again, I've got no, you know, there's no problem. I've talked about this before. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It's not for everybody, guys, is it? And then left with 50%. All of a sudden that 10% of 50, you start to see how the numbers look better. So why is it such good news for us? The good news is, guys, is that the stats aren't as bad as they appear. You know, we look at these stats and we say, oh, you know, especially newer traders come up to me and say, hey, these stats don't look good. You know, what's the chance of success? You know, what edge have I got that others haven't? This, that, and the other. Number one, you've got to boost your confidence up a bit and believe you're going to be in that 1% or 0.1% or 0.0001% to even be in the game. So that's got to be worked on anyway. But by the by, don't be so disheartened, because this, look, and I think I've talked about this maybe roughly in another video, but the idea is, especially when it's boosted with facts like this, quarter of the people are gambling, quarter of the people aren't really that bothered, probably another slither or so, 17% or whatever it might be, will just drop out and won't take it, maybe they'll just kind of dabble. So you're only left with a very small portion like you, who are taking it seriously, who are kind of investing in education, investing time, watching videos, reading articles, reading books, studying charts. So all of a sudden, the number of competition gets much, much lower. And then you find, let's assume that it's only 25%. Now you've got 10% of that. Now you're talking a decent number that actually is doing okay. So what you've got to do is make sure you're in the right segment. You're not in the gambler segment. And okay, let's ignore the fact that trading is gambling. I've done a video on that before, the definition, but you get the point. Person who prefers happy to play the lottery instead. You're not the person who's just not that interested, dabbles and then gives up. You kind of work your way around the pie chart to the area of the serious trader, the committed trader, the trader who invests in their trading education, the trader who wants to put the time in, wants to put the effort in, recognizes it's a longer term process. Then all of a sudden you've got a much higher chance of success. All of a sudden you've now given yourself, the odds are almost on your favor if you stick it out, if you put the time in, if you put the effort in, you put all those things together that we talk about. Anyway guys, I just thought I'd mention that because I thought it was an interesting statistic. 25% of people dropped straight off when they introduced the lottery in Taiwan in 2002. So that really makes me think, I know there's a lot of people, whatever country it may be, who are trading just for gambling. And so if we get rid of those already, you can start to see, you can see that when you can start moving yourself around the serious meter, for want of a better word, this number becomes much more attainable. All right, guys, take care. See you next one. Bye-bye.